Hi everyone, welcome to episode 8 of Direct Stock Investing series. We are passing through some uncertain times, right? War is going on, crude oil price had surged today. I'm shooting on March 9th and today morning crude oil price has surged I think around 27%. It touched 117, 118 dollar per barrel. Eventually it cooled down to around 100 levels, but still it's not a good sign to see, especially for a country like India where we import a lot of crude oil from Middle Eastern countries, right? Hence, if you are thinking like how to manage your portfolio, if you are finding it difficult to build conviction, I would say this video can bring some light on that. I know in between I did one video around how to save the monthly salary. That's specifically for salaried people. We all face difficulty when it comes to saving money because without money it's anyway hard to invest into stock market. So that was the reason in one video I did in between. So now we are again on track to continue with the direct stock investing series. So in today's video I want to discuss around how to build conviction during uncertain times like today. Suppose you had invested into a stock through thorough research, unless you had not picked the stock through some tips or some, you know, Telegram channels or from wherever it is, I'm sure that you might have learned something about that company, right? In my previous video on how to select a stock, I had mentioned few points. There are 6 points that I have mentioned, and if you had gone through some of that and based on that you selected a stock, I'm pretty sure that you must be knowing something about the company. So that is the first thing that requires. So if you had already invested into a company through some research, you must be knowing some understanding of the company. Otherwise, if you invested only through a third party or a third person, then it's going to be very difficult for you to build that conviction because you don't know anything about the company that you had invested. That's the reason I said uh, if you are investing into a company, first and foremost thing is you should have some understanding. Probably what sort of business they are doing, what is the profit and loss uh, for the company, maybe for past 3 to 4 years, how are they performing right now, how capable the management are, etc., etc. So that's the first and foremost thing, understanding of the company. Second thing is that suppose you are facing a challenge, right? How are they navigating that? uh, Say for example, if the company is right now we are facing a crude oil crisis and other geopolitical issues, the company that you had invested, the business of that company is directly related to any of those aspects, whether it is susceptible to crude oil price variations or whether it is susceptible to tariffs from US or any other countries. Those are the things that you have to check, that you have to go through daily newses and understand that aspect of the company that you had invested. Otherwise again, the stock price will go down, but if the impact is minimum, there is a good chance that the company can come back when the issues are resolved and things are coming back to normal. So having that understanding of day-to-day checking of all those updates are extremely important when we are actually in a crisis like situation. And maybe third point what I can discuss is the commentary from the management or communication from the management. Usually they will communicate it through quarterly results or something, but even some sort of clarity from their end will actually uh, gives you confidence onto that company, or even if it is a case of historical aspect where the company had gone through similar crisis and came back strongly, if you know that the company had already gone through that same situation and came back strongly, then that is another aspect to build conviction onto the company that you are going to invest. And finally, I would say that again, conviction will come through some sort of experience in the market, right? So if you are someone who is completely new to the market, new to the investing world, then I would say you have to try few things. You have to buy companies. You have to see whether your thesis is actually working out or not. Maybe you may be wrong. You may lose some money. So that's the reason I think if you are someone who is new to the markets, it's always advisable to invest some money, not everything, not all your savings, so that it's just for the learning purpose, understanding purpose, right? When I came to market in 2020, that's what I did. I just kept some salary for investments. I purchased few stocks, like maybe 4 or 5 stocks. Then I just checked how it is performing. It was during COVID time, right? I mean, the markets were extremely volatile, but eventually the stocks got recovered and it gave a massive run. But again, there also, because of lack of experience, whenever we see some sort of profit, we will book the profit and get out of it. So conviction comes through experience. Experience is a good teacher. So if you are already in the market, still you are not able to get build that conviction, then I would strongly suggest learn about the company thoroughly. Now we have the AI tools. Screener also has AI, but not just Screener. Any AI models will give all the information that are publicly available in the market. Right? There is no difference right now. There is no difference, or there is no gap between a retail investor like us and a professional manager who runs mutual funds and PMS portfolios. So it's the gap is very narrow. All the informations are publicly available in the market. I would say this is the best time to build conviction whenever you are invested into companies for long term. Now, when we discuss about today's scenario, markets are extremely volatile and markets are going down. Today also market crashed 2%, Nifty crashed 2%. That's primarily because of the surge in oil prices, crude oil prices, and a lot of uncertainty around the war. What's going to happen in the upcoming weeks? We are not able to factor in that. Stock markets always rely on certainty. If anything is uncertain, then market doesn't like that aspect. That's one point. Again, all the seasoned investors know. Hence, I am pretty sure that most of the investors will be sitting on cash, or they might have found some companies with very cheap valuation. They might have deployed some money, but otherwise, most of the people will be seeing the situation and making sure that things are coming back to normal. I think mostly only then they will try to invest, is what my feeling. So yeah, again, coming back to the discussion of building conviction, it's primarily about understanding about the company. Never go for investments through tips or any sort of other channels, and be clear with the management's competence. Be clear, or be make sure that the management is giving, or management is providing adequate information. The communication is clear, and like I said, experience is the best teacher. So stay in market, don't lose too much of money. Learn first, then if you are confident of building that conviction, then probably you can slowly add more money into the portfolio. So yeah, that's what I thought I will discuss in today's video. So yeah, probably I can talk about one of my stock right now that I am that I have already invested, it had corrected around 70%. But I'm still holding on to it because I have strong conviction. It's an SME stock. I had invested into two SME stocks. One had corrected 70%, like I said, but on the other hand, the other stock had doubled, but now during the recent market correction, it is still up by more than 60%. So overall, my portfolio is not hit that much because one uh, hit in stock is actually compensated by the gain in the other stock. I have strong conviction on both stocks. I am deeply tracking all the communication. The one that I talked, right? I mean, the 70% correction. I had already sent one email to the management because the management was not giving proper response, or I mean, they are not giving enough information on why the business, the revenue was shattered during the last quarter. That's the reason the stock corrected. So I asked them, I sent them an email, and I got a response from them that I feel like a green flag. They clearly mentioned what was the reason, and they are hoping that they can recover from this by the next quarter and the coming years. So, if the management is giving you clarity, then uh, that's a very good sign, right? You can build conviction. On the other hand, the other stock, anyway, I am getting all the details, and there is nothing I can see as a red flag. So yeah, finally, what I want to tell you is that you should, if you want to be a long-term investor, you should love the markets, right? Rakesh Junjunwala always say you should, you have to be in love with the stock market. Then only you can. Then it will come naturally, right? Researching about the stocks, what's happening in the world, all the newses around the issues, how it is going to affect the companies that you had invested, everything, interest rates hike, gold rally, bond market in the US, inflation data, GDP data, everything can, all these are connected, and you can connect all these dots only when you have, you know, you are completely in love with the market, you are completely passionate about investing. And it's again one step, if you go beyond, right, it's not even like making money. Of course, the final outcome is definitely making money, but it's that feeling of, the pick, the stock that you have picked is actually a winner. The satisfaction that it gives, right? I mean, you choose a correct stock, you choose a stock that gave you multi-bagger return. That feeling itself is more than enough, right, to get satisfied. It's actually fulfilling your intellectual curiosity. It's also showing that the research that you had put in to find the stock, invested money onto it, and made returns out of it, right? That feeling is beyond anything. So, yeah, that's the final thing that I want to say. Be in love with market if you want to be a long-term investor. Markets are not going anywhere. Of course, there will be ups and downs. There will be issues like this even going forward as well. Uh, and opportunities will come during these kind of situations. So be ready for that. Build strong conviction, and even if things are going against the company that you had invested, but you sense that the company will come back strongly, hold on to it, right? That's when the real returns will come. There are innumerable examples where the company had corrected 80% and 90% and recovered from that and gave 10 and 50 and 100x returns, right? So that's what I want to say. Understanding of the company's business, the complete understanding of the company is the paramount factor that decides or that builds conviction. And you eventually get strong conviction as you get more experience, more exposure in the market. So stay in the market, don't feel disheartened even if the stocks are going down or it's correcting and you are losing the money, right? you will lose the money only when you exit from that stock. So face markets, understand the news and the latest updates, what's happening around the world, the geopolitics and all sort of things, and just ride the cycle. Eventually everything will pass on, right? So yeah, hope you found something valuable in this video, and if you have any sort of questions or concerns or anything, please comment below, and if you are liking the content, do subscribe to this channel and share with people who likes stock market related content. The direct stock investing series will continue. I will come up with another video shortly. Till then, take care. Bye.